Before the fall of the Old Republic, the planet Mandalore had established itself as a planet of pacifists led by the Duchess Satine Kryze. However, not all Mandalorians approved of the pacifist ideals of their leader. Bo Katan Kryze, the sister of Duchess Satine, was one of them. Bo Katan was the right-hand lieutenant to Pre Vizsla in the Mandalorian terrorist group known as Death Watch. As the leaders of Death Watch, Bo Katan and Pre Vizsla made an alliance with the Separatists to try and take over Mandalore from the Duchess Satine's control. But Obi-Wan Kenobi uncovered their plot, which led to Dooku refusing to provide the support that the terrorists needed in order to perform a takeover. This led to Death Watch being exiled from the moons of Mandalore and fleeing to the snowy planet in the Outer Rim called Karlak. Not long thereafter, a senator named Lux Bontari contacted the Death Watch in order to form an alliance to get revenge against Count Dooku. Death Watch agreed to meet with the senator, who was secretly accompanied by Ahsoka Tano, who claimed to be betrothed to the senator. At this comment, young Bo Katan slapped the Jedi. This was the first encounter that Bo Katan had with Ahsoka Tano. While on Karlak, Ahsoka witnessed the Death Watch terrorizing the natives of the planet and decided to intervene, leading to a confrontation between Bo Katan and Ahsoka. When Ahsoka tried to escape, Bo Katan pursued her and was narrowly defeated by Ahsoka during combat on top of a land speeder. About a year later, Death Watch found an escape pod drifting through space while on patrol that had two Zabraks with lightsabers on board. Pre Vizsla and Bo Katan took the two back to their new base on the planet Zanbar and interrogated them in order to find out their identities. When Bo Katan threatened one of the Zabraks, the other revealed that they were Darth Maul and Savage Opress. Maul then told Vizsla that he was seeking revenge against Obi-Wan Kenobi. Vizsla also wanted revenge against Kenobi for thwarting Death Watch's original plans, and he aligned himself with Maul even though Bo Katan advised him against it. Bo Katan then accompanied Maul and Vizsla as they went about uniting many criminal groups into a single crime syndicate called the Shadow Collective that was under Maul's leadership. They then led an attack on Jabba the Hutt's palace on Tatooine in order to force him to join the Shadow Collective. After the battle, Pre Vizsla informed Bo Katan that he was planning on betraying Maul after they retook Mandalore. The goal of the Shadow Collective was to spread crime on Mandalore in order to make Bo Katan's sister Satine appear weak. Then Death Watch would return and quash the crime and appear to be heroes. Bo Katan led the crime cleanup with her soldiers and finally broke into the royal palace and arrested her sister, and then presented Pre Vizsla as the new ruler of Mandalore.
Vizsla, leader of Death Watch, exiled governor of Concordia, true son of Mandalore.
Shortly thereafter, Kryze and Pre Vizsla betrayed Maul and arrested him and his brother Opress. However, the two brothers escaped their prison and ultimately made their way to the royal palace, where Maul challenged Pre Vizsla to a duel for the control of Mandalore.
I challenge you, one warrior to another, and only the strongest shall rule Mandalore.
Vizsla was forced to accept because of Mandalorian tradition, and despite his skill with the Darksaber, he was defeated and decapitated by Maul.
Like you said, only the strongest shall rule.
When Maul declared himself as the new leader, Bo Katan refused to recognize him, saying that Mandalore would never be ruled by a non-Mandalorian. So Maul ordered his loyal soldiers to execute her, but she made an escape with her own loyal soldiers. Together with her group of Night Owls, they broke the Duchess Satine out of prison and had her contact the Jedi Council for help. But before the group could make a clean getaway, Bo Katan's soldiers were forced to retreat, and Satine was recaptured by Maul. Maul used Satine as a bait to lure Obi-Wan Kenobi back to the planet, where he was ambushed and captured by Maul's forces while trying to rescue Satine. They were taken to the throne room, and Maul executed Duchess Satine in front of Kenobi, and then sent him to be imprisoned. Bo Katan led the rescue of Obi-Wan Kenobi, freeing him from his restraints, providing him with his lightsaber and a jetpack. She provided cover so that he could return and inform the Galactic Senate about what had transpired on Mandalore and bring the Republic to intervene. But the Republic refused to intervene because it would violate several peace treaties it had made with the former leadership. After Kenobi escaped, Bo Katan continued to watch Maul, tracking his movements and trying to form a plan to defeat him. While she was looking for Maul, she crossed paths with Ahsoka Tano again and asked her for help to defeat Maul. Ahsoka contacted Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, and with the approval of the Jedi Council, she was permitted to take a detachment of the 501st with her to liberate Mandalore. During the final battle for Mandalore, Bo Katan and Ahsoka attacked Maul together, and in the end he was captured by 2 Mandalorians and Ahsoka. Bo Katan was appointed as a planetary regent by the Jedi Council. But when the Republic collapsed, Bo Katan denounced the new Galactic Empire, so she was replaced by a new planetary governor named Gar Saxon. Nearly 2 decades later, Bo Katan returned from hiding after the Countess Ursa Wren rebelled against the Empire and killed Gar Saxon. She was offered the Darksaber by Ursa Wren's daughter, Sabine, who was looking for someone who would use it to rule Mandalore, but Bo declined it because she felt she had failed as regent. Instead, she began to work with Ursa Wren on disrupting Imperial operations in Mandalore. She also aided Sabine in destroying the Arc Pulse Generator, which was nicknamed the Duchess. The generator reacted with Beskar armor and incinerated those who were inside. The two infiltrated an Imperial Star Destroyer and dismantled the machine. Because of her service to Mandalore in fighting the Empire, Bo Katan had several clans that were willing to follow her. She finally accepted the Darksaber from Sabine Wren and became the leader of Mandalore. When the Empire learned of the rebellion on Mandalore, they decided to purge the planet instead of trying to control its people. While Kryze and her followers fought in the conflict, there was still a massive genocide of Mandalorians that sent most of them into hiding. Somehow, during this purge, Bo Katan lost the Darksaber and it ended up in the hands of Moff Gideon. After the purge, Bo Katan traveled across the galaxy trying to reunite the Mandalorian clans, but she needed the Darksaber in order to do so. She met up with the Mandalorian Din Djarin, and in exchange for helping her capture an Imperial light cruiser, she helped lead him to Ahsoka Tano. Later, she assisted the Mandalorian in boarding Moff Gideon's ship in order to rescue the child. However, in the end, she could not recover the Darksaber from Moff Gideon in combat, and instead it ended up in the hands of Din Djarin. What can we expect to see from Bo Katan in the future? Obviously, there's going to be a conflict between her and Din Djarin over the Darksaber. Maybe she will support him as the new leader of Mandalore and help him unite the clans. Or she will challenge him in combat and take it for herself. Either way, her story isn't over yet. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe in order to keep videos like this coming, and so other Star Wars fans can find them. Please let me know what you think the future holds for Bo Katan in the comments below. Until next time, may the Force be with you.